Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm coming to you from north part of Denmark where I'm living with my family, and this is a knitting podcast. I would like to start with telling you what I'm wearing this week, and this time it's my finished object. Last time while I was recording it wasn't even started, but I started shortly after. I think I was recorded last time Friday and I started the sweater Sunday. That was a test knit for Sari Nordlund. I was waiting for this pattern to come really long. I was seeing the pictures of that in autumn and was really interesting to try to make it because that was looking like really comfortable sweater and something what I will wear every day. So I decided to make this from some nice yarn and nice color what I will be happy to wear every day. So when the sari called for test knitters, I was ready and was there. The sweater is knitted from bottom up. So you start in with the body, knit body, sleeves, and then you join all this in a round. And I was able to make this maybe in a week, maybe a little more, because I made two mistakes. First time I made the body and the sleeves, then I joined this in a round, and that was looking like I was thinking that it will be too long, the top part will be too long, so I avoid some rows. But then when I try, I find out that that rows was really needed because that wasn't looking complete without this, and I was stressed that I will have tight neckband or something like that. So I frog this again to the place where I start the joint sleeves, but then I make another mistake. I was using hand-dyed yarn, fingering yarn. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you color or where to get this yarn because I buy this in yarn shop. My local yarn shop, and it was hand dyed there, and it was like miscolored, so that was some skins what they wasn't happy with. So I got 3 skins. They was really similar between them, but I still was alternative rows to don't get like different colors. So I was using this, and I was using mohair with, and when I was knitted the top second time, that was in the evening, so one skin, I was needed to join one more skin, and I pick up yarn and I was thinking like that's the same color, but then when I knit approximately, I don't know, 15 centimeter, I checked that something is wrong because the color started looking different. I don't know if you will be able to see that color difference on the camera, but one of my hair was that what was needed to use, and that what I was using. There wasn't like big difference, but I know that that will bother me, so I stopped working with this. Frog this to the part where I joined this another color in my hair and work all again. But now I'm really happy with the sweater. First day when I finished this, I blocked this that day, and then I was wearing that like 2 days in a row without thinking, oh, should I take something another or something like that. That's really comfortable, it's nice. This finger and weight yarn what I use, it's merino with cashmere, and then mohair what I use is just kid silk from Drops. All colors what I know, it's listed in my Ravelry project page, so if you're interested you can go there and check. But I know that the pattern will be released late March or start of April, because test knit date was, deadline was 15th of March, so that will be somewhere soon. The next finished object is a no frills cardigan. Last time when I showed you that, that's quite big, I don't know how good I can show you that because it's quite big cardigan. Again, my project page from on Ravelry will be down there, so you can go and look for better pictures of that, because I cannot imagine how I can show you that better. But last time when I was knitting, when I was showing you that, I was needed just to make tubular bind off and then inside the pockets. So all that was done, and now my daughter have a sweater and she living in that every day. It's like home sweater for her, and she really like this. But now she want to have something like that, just shorter, that she can take this to the school. So I guess in there will be more no frills cardigan, because I think that this pattern, yes, it's made for the long cardigan, but it's top down, so if you decide to make this shorter, you just stop in some place where you decide to do this, make ribbon and close it, and then you're done. So from one pattern you can use this on many things. And the last finished object what I have for today, it's socks. I believe it also wasn't started at last time, but this socks take me like, I don't know, maybe like 3 evenings or 3 times to knit. But I think that they're really nice. First I wasn't sure about color, if I like this, because it's not really my color, but I actually really like it. I don't know if they will hold good, because this yarn don't have nylon, it's just wool. This yarn is Rowan Lightweight DK, and when I get this yarn and it hangs for 25 grams, and I had just 3 of them, so I wasn't really know what to make with them. I was thinking maybe some hat or headband or some mittens. I wasn't sure, but when I saw this pattern, I was really wanted to make this, and from that what I had at home, I get gauge just with this yarn, so I make it, and all socks weigh like 55 grams, so I still have a little ball bag. I don't know what I will do this. Maybe we'll put in some scrap pattern, this project, I don't know. But I really like these socks, and this heel, there was new to me heel. Socks is knitted top down, and this heel, I don't know what it is, but I will link my project so you can check this. That's really easy to make, really fast to make, and it was really easy. The all socks is made it in twist rib pattern. I really like twist ribbon, and that's look like really small, and if you will look on that you will say like, oh, it's some socks for kids or something like that, but because it's so stretchy, You can put this on, I don't know, almost any leg. Yes, you cannot put this on a big size long leg, but for that you just need in longer or custom. I make the smaller size, that's also another size in the pattern. So that's really nice pattern. I will think I will use this pattern for Christmas gift for next year, because it's easy to make, and then because of this stretch I think that will don't make for me problems. I will don't be borrow if the socks is good on someone or no, because I will know that is good. So these socks, I forgot to tell how it's called. They are called the Friday socks by Winter's Weather Knits. And this sweater by Sari Nordlund, it's called Hour. So that's all for my finished object for today, and now I will talk about my work in progress. Now I will go to the whips, and their amount overwhelming for me. I think I have this 5 whips, and then I have 3 more whips what I'm not really working on now. One is my cozy memory blankets that get, if I remember right, 1 square in this month, and to another it's almost finished sweater, and 1 vest what I think I don't have enough yarn for, and I cannot get this yarn because I don't know what this yarn was before, because I get this without any label, and that's not enough, that project would I start. So I think I should think about this again and probably frog this. But now let's talk about whips. First, this is sweater is called Villa by Frida Frankie. This top-down sweater originally should be made in mohair, but I decided to go with another yarn. This yarn is called Black Hill Reborn. I've got it in my local yarn shop. It's told that it's have 80% recycled merino and 20%, how you will call this, another fibers, I guess, and like that. But I get the gauge for the pattern, and this is a sport weight yarn. It has 300 meters for 100 grams. So the project is living in project bag what I bag what I made for myself. That's from some fabric what I have, and from jeans what I also had, and they was out of condition anymore. So I have these 2 colors. I don't know if that will be, if you can see difference between them, but it's like light gray and medium gray, I think. They have many different speckles, like blue, red, light blue, a lot different. They both have, I think, the same speckles. Maybe you don't really can tell this. So I start the sweater, and I have too much needles on that, so I'm trying to make this in some case that I can show that to you. I don't make a lot of progress on that. That was started, and I separate the sleeves already and make, I don't know, maybe like 5 centimeters, but you already can see the beginning of color work on this sweater, and the contrast will be seen So first I was afraid that that's not enough contrast in the yarn. The problem was that apparently when I was buying that yarn, they was that color what I choose for my main color, they was almost out of that color. So I buy last two balls of the yarn, and I wasn't knew that it's last two. I bought two because I decided that's enough for the start. So I bought two balls, and then after a week I decided that will not be enough for all sweater, because that's my second. I start already second ball, and I just like finished the yoke, went a little down from the yoke, but I need all body and all sleeve yet. So I was telling, I run into problems when I find out that my main color I will don't have enough yarn for this. I go back on the site of this yarn shop when I was buying this, and they don't have that color. I decided, okay, I will go there and will ask, maybe they have something left. So this yarn shop, they're more internet shop, and they are open for the visitors one day in a week. So Friday I decided to go there. I came there, they don't have that yarn. I looked through all shelves with this yarn, they don't have this color, they have similar colors, but in that case I knew that will not be enough contrast, and that was hard for me, like, to know that I need to frog all that and start all over. So I wasn't really interested in that. They tell that they don't have this anymore, and they don't know if they will produce that anymore, but that was like something what they was having at that time. And even if they will produce this more, who knows if that will be the same color. So, but they recommend me that there is a group on the Facebook for the people who love this yarn shop, and I can try to ask there if someone have this yarn. So that was the first what I make when I get home. I make pictures of my yarn labels with all these numbers, like what is color, what is a lot, and pictures of my yarn, and then post this in this group if someone have this, but no one don't respond to me. So I wait like 3 days, and every day I was writing the comments to put my post upper in the line. So at the third or fourth day, one woman commented that she actually have 2 balls of that and she can sell this to me. I was really happy to hear this. So we get in touch, and yarn is already waiting for me in the shop. I just need to go and pick up this, so I think that's what I will do this evening. I was waiting with continue because I wasn't new if I will get that yarn or no. So I wasn't put a lot of work in this sweater because I was scared to continue and know that I will cannot finish this. The next work in progress, it's t-shirt tee. Yeah, this is pattern called Sancho by Claudia Eisenkold. Last time it was really hard for me to show that to you because the pattern have really interesting construction. It's beginning in the front, and so you don't tell all, you start in the front, then you're doing some shoulders, back, then you join it all in the round and just continue. So now I'm in this part where I'm just continuing down, and I think I have maybe 5 centimeters more, and that will be done. I really like that construction, was really interesting to do, and I really like to knit something what is interesting to do. Yeah, because just round and round it's becoming quite boring sometimes. And now I just want, when I will finish this, it also was a test knit and I should be done until 15th of March, but I think I need like maybe one evening for that. This 5 centimeters and it's the pattern called for I-cord bind off. So when I will be done with this, I think the next time when I will podcast, I will be already finished this, so then I will show you that. And I'm looking forward to wearing this. I think that will be a really nice piece for late spring, summer. So that's my second work in a project, in a progress, and I lost balls. The next work in progress is shell. It's the shell is called Diana by Maria Sacher, and this is first time when I'm trying mosaic knitting. I never tried this before. I was thinking that's hard. I wasn't knew how to do this, but it was really interesting, so I decided that I will try to do this in this project. I'm making this in yarn, what is called Black Hill sock yarn. The pattern is called for 100 gram of main color fingering yarn and 100 gram of contrasting color. But I decided to experiment, so I bought, this yarn is sold in 50 gram balls, so I bought 4 balls of this yarn. 2 I left in this main color, it's like light gray, and then 2 balls I dyed it with avocado, and it's slightly variegated. I will try to show this in this environment. So it have like lighter spots and darker spots. It's like, I will tell that it's like strange shade of pink, grayishly pink, but I like how it's look, and they had a nice contrast between them. So when I dyed this yarn, I decided that's nice for this project. So I cast on, and don't know how good you will be able to see this, but again I will link my project page in down there, so you can look on this. It's really nice pattern. It's have here these geometrical lines, and this pattern on top will continue through all shell, and I think the main repeat it's like that long, it's around 40 lines, and I make one of that, so I need to make 6 more, so I have where to go. But I really like this, and I think that will be nice for spring, so I'm looking forward to finish that. And this project is living in project bag, what I buy from shop, what is called Sustrana Greiner. I don't know if they have the shops in another parts of Europe. It's something similar to Flying Tigers, but they have more classic look products. So this project bag is quite nice, and I see commercial on that project bag. They tell like you can create more, and they tell like you can embroider on these bags. It's a canvas bag, but it's quite nice to make. It have pockets inside, and pockets what is nice to color work, so you can divide yarn. I don't try this, but I see that in a shop and I was really interesting to try this, so I bought this and now my shell is living there. Next time I will post you about the project on this shell, but I don't think that will take long, and I really like mosaical knitting. It's look really nice. The next work in progress, it's a hat. It's a hat by Camilla Colden Christensen, and the hat is called Honeycomb Balaclava. In Denmark, kids are wearing hats what's typed like balaclava. This means like you have normal hat and then it's going like in a cowl, so you have your neck closed, so you see just circle face, and then your neck and ears it's closed. Maybe the kids don't wear this every day, but when the kids is coming to kindergarten, they will ask you that's nice if kids will have hat like that. And my son have hats like that, but when I see this pattern, I decided I want to try to make hat myself, because my son really like things what I'm doing for him, what I'm knitting for him. He appreciate this, he like this. So when I see this pattern, I show this to him, ask if he will want this, he tell yes, so I decide to try. So it's not finished yet, it need some more rounds up and then closing to the hat, and it started from bottom and going up with decreasing. So far I really like this, and this pattern, it has cabling in a pattern, but pattern explain you how to do this without cable, so you picking up the stitches from the front or from the back, and so that I don't use yarn what was originally called for that, because I don't have this, and I decided to look what I have similar in my stash. I hadn't really, all my yarn was this yarn what was called, it's Sandnes Duo, if I don't mistaken, and it was like 130 meters for the 50 grams. And all yarn what I was looking for this project, or they had in my stash, was a little more plumper, something like that. I cannot explain right. So I can't get the gauge right, but then I decided to try to use fingering yarn, and I hold this double, and this was yarn what I was knitting with before. That was sock yarn. The tag is really old. It's called Noella sock yarn. So I just hold this yarn double and try, and I get a gauge. So I went with that. I really like the color. It's like deep blue with some greenish undertones. So I think I will finish with this hat maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Then we'll vlog this, and maybe my son will have a new hat, because that's becoming already warmer, but some days we are getting like ice. We don't really have real winter this year. The snow was falling twice, but never stick. And the last, my work in a project, in progress, don't know what this project with me today. It's a blanket. The blanket is called Mondrian by RG Originals. And this is is a project what is made that with different yarns. You pick up in one weight of yarn. The project have possibilities for 3 different. It's have fingering, decay and worsted, if I don't mistaken. So I decided to go with decay, and also the you can make this in 3 different stitch count with that what you casting on. So I decide to pick up different colors of gray, different shades of blue and gray, and so that what I have like leftovers or 150-gram balls at home, and go with that and start this blanket. So far I don't get far, but that's a blanket. I don't expect to get the blanket in a week or 2. It's have quite nice, interesting construction, because the different parts are picking up and knitted in different directions, and that's really interesting. Many of this yarn I have no idea what it is, or like where they coming from. Like this first 2 color I had just for 1 ball of this, 1 ball of that, and first I was thinking like, oh, I will combine this and make a hat. I never make this. This yarn I get from my aunt. She bought this for something, she don't use this. Then when I get my son, she's there like, oh, it's nice colors for boys, maybe for boy, but maybe it will do something. I never make anything of that, so it was sticking in my stash, and now I decide to use this for this blanket. All yarn what I collect I put in some bag, and then when I'm coming to new part of the pattern is telling you how much you should cost and how much rows you should make of that, and then you're going to part 2, part 3. I think for now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's 5th, and the pattern have, well, 73 parts and then a border. So that's a long time project, but I really like this. These 2 yarns, it's leftovers from my Shale by Stephen West Asket, I don't remember. These leftovers, it's from sweater, colorwork sweater what I was making for my son when he was small, so it's like small piece left, and so on. I have some sock yarn left over. I was saying that maybe I will hold this double or hold with my hair, and then all that will go together. So mostly all my colors, it's like bluishly gray. I have some green ball also, but I don't know if that will look nice all together. So I will try while I'm going, and then we'll decide how all that will go. But for now I really like the blanket. I'm picking up this in the evening when I'm already tired. Don't want to count on color work or read the pattern. I just reading how many lines I need to make or something like this, and going with that. This month I again get too much tasks to make. I made this once before in that summer, and then I thought I will never do this again. It's stressful while I was doing all that, but this time I don't know actually how that all happens, but I have like 5 or 6 test knits for now, and that's really stressing me. So I will try to don't do this again. But this time I was really wanted to make this knit, but this feature I was waiting for this long, and then while I was waiting I signed up for one more this knit, and then what more, and then all this together was really overwhelming for me. So now I have one feature for myself what I really want to cast on, but that amount of knits what I have, all these project bags, what before I had, I cannot show you this now because it's in another room. I had a basket and I was putting all my project what I'm working on now in this basket. Now I have them so much that they just cannot be in one this basket. I have 5 work in progress now, and 3 what I'm not working constantly, and I think that's too much. So for now I'm not casting anything new, at least trying to finish as much of that as can be. I think that I can finish this t-shirt during today or weekend, and this balaclava hat. So then I will have 3 work in progress: blanket and sweater in a shade. I think that's better. Blanket will be long time progress, so now it's sweater and shade. Yeah. So that's all what I have for now to tell. All project what I was talking about today, I will list them down there. You will see also my Instagram. I'm posting pictures about my knitting there and my Ravelry, so you can look. If you still have some question that I don't tell something about yarn or name of the project, right? I don't figure it out yet how you make names, how you write in a text on a video. Maybe I will try to do this time, so that will be more clear about the name of the project and designers' names. So I will try to add this, but that's all for now. Thank you. Bye.